you're about to give birth and you're feeling overwhelmed, wondering if you've covered everything before baby arrives. Take a deep breath. Come, let's have a chat. In this video, I'll guide you through key questions every parent should answer before their baby arrives, helping you start your parenting journey with confidence. I've lived through the uncertainty and doubt of first-time parenting, and I'm here to help you address the things beyond the to-do checklist that'll really have an impact on how you take your first steps as a parent. Hi, I'm Phuong. I'm a mum of 3, ages 6, 4 and 1. So I've gone through this a few times. Plus, my little sister's gonna have her first baby next week, which got me reflecting on my own journey and the things I've learned along the way. I get it. You've got a million things to do before baby arrives. You're still packing that hospital bag, setting up the nursery, attending appointments, and maybe even squeezing in some last-minute catch-ups that you can't really afford the time for. The list feels endless, and you're probably wondering how you'll find the time and energy to do it all. But let's put all of that aside for a moment. I want to talk to you about something deeper. 2 questions that'll really set the tone for how your parenting journey unfolds. Your answers to these questions will become your North Star, guiding you through the uncertainty and doubt that I and many other first-time mothers felt. And even if you're not a first-time mum or are beyond the newborn phase, it's never too late to ask these questions to change the trajectory of your parenting journey. Let me ask you, what kind of a child do you want to raise? I want you to take to this question with a blank slate. Forget about where you've come from and what other parents are doing. A good place to start is with first principles thinking. First principles thinking means breaking things down to their very basics and then building up from there. So instead of relying on established norms, inherited habits, or social expectations of what kind of child you should be raising, this method encourages you to question everything. And best of all, it leaves space for new possibilities of what parenting and future generations can look like. Elon Musk explains first principles thinking by saying that instead of just improving what already exists, like making faster horses for transportation, you should take a step back and ask, what are we really trying to do? This approach leads to completely new solutions like inventing cars instead of just better horses. It's about questioning the basics and coming up with fresh ideas that can change everything. This exercise is especially important because, as we're all experiencing now, the world is changing so rapidly that we can't even predict what the world will look like in 10 years, let alone by the time our children become adults. What has worked up until now, it's just not going to cut it if we want our children to thrive in the unknown. So let's apply first principles thinking to parenting. Instead of simply following the parenting methods you've seen or heard, ask yourself, what kind of child do I want to raise? Remember, anything and everything is possible. Start by identifying the qualities and values you want in your child, and then shape your parenting approach around those. This way, you create a personalized roadmap that aligns with your deepest intentions. It's like if you were to create a family crest, what would it look like? What words would you incorporate to represent the family unit that you're building? Having this roadmap or image in your mind, it helps you take control of your parenting journey and not get so lost in the sea of should-dos and could-dos as parents. Here's an example from my home. So hubby and I, we want to raise changemakers, kids who have the tools and confidence to make a positive impact, big or small. So we agreed to create a home where their voices are heard, where they don't have to accept the status quo blindly, and where they feel safe to be their authentic selves. We found ourselves taking on the role of being coaches to our children, using our home as a training ground for their interactions with the world outside. Practically speaking, we try really hard not to say things like, because I said so, which takes away any learning opportunity and makes them feel powerless and small. Instead, we try our best to explain our reasoning, to encourage respectful questioning, and let them learn through affordable consequences. I'm not gonna lie, this takes incredible patience, and we're always falling short of how we want to respond. But as long as we're trying our best and working towards that North Star of raising changemakers, deciding what the next right step to take in every tricky situation becomes clearer to the both of us. So you've got your North Star. Now, and only now, do I want you to think about your childhood and how you were parented. What do you want to carry forward? What do you want to leave behind? Do you want to introduce any new values, habits, traditions into your family? So let me finish this point by asking you, if anything and everything is possible, which I really believe it is, what kind of child do you want to raise? Now, let's move on to the second question. How do you want your child to describe their childhood? Take a moment to think about your own childhood. If you had to describe it in 3 words, what would they be? For me, it's TV, siblings, and free time. I know, I cheated on the last one with 2 words. But what do you want your child's 3 words to be? For my kids, I hope they'll look back and say their childhood was filled with nature, love, and play. And so with those 3 words as our guiding posts, we make time for plenty of nature play outdoors. We fill their lives with loving relationships, and we make sure they have plenty of time to just be kids, to be free, curious, creative, and joyful. Once you've identified your 3 words, you can start making intentional decisions to create memories for your children. And because 80% of a child's brain is developed by age 3, yes, 80%, and 90% by age 5, the foundations you lay in these early years is incredibly important in influencing the person that they will become. When I discovered this fact, it really lit the fire under my butt to put my best parenting foot forward. I'm truly excited for you, and I want you to remember that you're not alone. If you're lucky enough to have family and friends nearby to support you in the way that you need, then fantastic. If not, then know there is a huge community of mothers wanting to connect and looking to support one another. And I would be so honored if you would let me into your motherhood journey as well. It wasn't long ago that we had 3 kids under 5. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll go through each and every one of them with excitement, because I really want to build this community of parents raising the changemakers of tomorrow. If there's one key takeaway from this video, I want you to set your intentions for motherhood and then trust yourself. Don't get lost and confused by all the noise out there in terms of what you should be doing or how baby should be behaving. Set your intentions and then trust yourself. Let me say that again, just so it really sinks in. Trust yourself. Because motherhood isn't about perfection. It's a journey of growth, of love, and learning together. I'm really looking forward to our next chat. I'll see you in the next video.